We want to know from you how you received this ruling and what type of ruling you term this to be.
Well, it's a dark moment for us. It's a dark Friday for us. Not only the Dr. Kizza Besigye team or the individuals, Dr. Besigye and Obed Lutale, but for the entire country and for our jurisprudence. This is a terrible, terrible decision. It's a terrible precedent. Away from the rights of Dr. Kizza Besigye and Obed Lutale, for the jurisprudence of this country, it's a terrible one, because it has upset our jurisprudence on the right to bail, more or less having an effect of overturning the foundation of our constitution and the foundation, or rather the bedrock of our criminal justice system. That is the presumption of innocence. In other words, the judge has condemned Dr. Kizza Besigye before trial, because you cannot allege that he committed offenses in Greece, in Switzerland, in Kenya, and that this is a grave offense, and therefore is likely to interfere with the sureties or the investigations without any scintilla of evidence, so without the state coming up with the comparing evidence to that effect. This is really very, very disturbing. It's baffling. The reasoning advanced even defeats logic. Dr. Besigye, and in the judgment you have heard, she has severally quoted Dr. Besigye's cases where he has previously been charged with the same offenses: treason, terrorism, rape, and what not. And these are all grave offenses. And in all those offenses, he was admitted to bail. So what is so exceptional about this particular charge? It's, we are even short of words, because the cases she has been referring to, where Dr. Besigye was charged with the same grave offenses, he was admitted to bail. And she has recognized that actually he never jumped bail. And in all those cases, he never interfered with the sureties or the investigations, rather with the witnesses. He never in any way or at all interfered with the investigations. She has also recognized the fact that he has been on remand for over 120 days. And the investigations have not been concluded, and they have not even made any summary of the case to be presented to the High Court for trial. In other words, actually there is nothing that is going on as far as investigations are concerned. The time they have had since 16th November last year was sufficient for them to conduct the investigations exhaustively and assemble whatever they wanted to present before court for trial. So it's the reason we feel disturbed, we feel disillusioned, and in as much as we respect the judge and the decision she has made, we take exception to the same. We are aggrieved by that decision, and we are retreating to our chambers. We are regrouping as lawyers to chart a way forward, to explore other available options, because as you have heard, we canvassed each and everything. All the arguments one could present were canvassed in this particular case. You heard, she had dumblated everything, all the arguments, the plausible arguments that we presented. And now we have to explore other options. Of course, since this is a matter of exercise of discretion, an appeal may be out of question. There are precedents to that effect, that a decision in exercise of the High Court discretionary powers may not be amenable to appeal. So it may not be appealable as of right or in any way. But there are other options under the law which we are trying to explore. From here we are going to have a meeting and see the options available, including seeking for redress from other jurisdictions away from here, including the East African Court of Justice and others, which I may not mention here. But now, the decision is taken. We've got to explore other options away from the jurisdiction of this country. In a nutshell, this is a political decision. It's not a judicious decision. It is not a judicious decision. In other words, it's injudicious to deny somebody rights which are guaranteed under the Constitution on such flimsy grounds. It's injudicious. So it's not guided by law. The decision is not guided by the tenets or principles of justice, but obviously influenced by other extraneous matters which are political in nature. That's all I can say in summing it up. It's a decision influenced by extraneous factors which are political in nature, as opposed to matters of law, as opposed to the tenets governing dispensation of justice.